Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dewmonic Abyss channel. Today, I was browsing through Twitter, and I found this particular tweet thread thing, and it made me question my already little faith in humanity. So basically, our protagonist of this story is David Leavitt. He's an award-winning multimedia journalist, okay? And he puts out this tweet saying, this Target manager, and he actually goes out of his way to at the company, this Target manager, Tory, is not honoring the price of their items per Massachusetts law, alright? So you can tell he's pretty pissed off. So let's look at the item, alright? The item in question. We have this Oral-B Pro 5000 electric toothbrush, and the little price tag there says it's about 1 cent. Anyone looking at that label has got to be thinking, well, either that is a misprint, an accident there. He then goes on to take a picture of the manager who, so he doesn't look too happy, and I don't quite frankly blame her. She has a look on her face that says, oh my god, am I really dealing with this nonsense today? This poor manager here, he's publicly blasting her image on social media. And then he quotes the Massachusetts item pricing, price accuracy, unit pricing, so this regulation. The Massachusetts item pricing law was written to ensure that food retailers remain consistent and accurate in how they charge their customers. The Massachusetts item pricing law requires food and grocery stores to individually price mark most items with the actual selling price. The law also requires food and grocery merchants to sell any item at the lowest price indicated on an item, sign, or advertisement. So the case he's trying to make is, hey, I saw this very expensive toothbrush accidentally labeled for 1 cent. I should be allowed to buy it. And it goes on. I just had to call the police because Target refused to sell me the toothbrush. Which is their right, because that was an error, I'm sure they'd still sell you the toothbrush just for the actual price of the item. He goes on to say, I did not call 911, which is a plus on his part because 911 is used for emergencies. This clearly is not an emergency. Even so, I still think it's a waste of police time. I called the business number for the police and told them it was not an emergency and they could take their time and explained the situation. Okay, the police verified Target displayed the price of toothbrush for 1 cent. The store manager, Tory, refused to sell me the toothbrush for displayed price. The police said I need to sue them and that they are making me a verified report to take to court. Basically, the police are like, nah, man, why are you calling us? Just sort it out yourself. Get a lawyer. This isn't a police matter, all right? This is like a civil matter. Corporations like Target are not above the law. The police officer told me they'd testify that they saw the price and that the manager wouldn't sell me the item for the price listed. I've not been able to afford to go to a dentist in over 3 years, so yes, I wanted a good toothbrush and was thrilled to see such an amazing price on an Oral-B. He actually tags Oral-B in here, but Target refused to honor it, and now I have to take them to court. So this guy cannot afford to go to the dentist, but he can afford the legal fees to take this retail chain to court. That makes perfect sense to me. So let's go over the many major flaws in this tweet thread. All right. First of all, he's quoting this Massachusetts item pricing law, but he's taking this out of context. It requires food and grocery stores to individually price mark. First of all, this toothbrush item is not a food item. All right, that's pretty evident, but if you go into the actual regulation, they further go on to say that the seller shall have no obligation to sell such item at the lowest represented price if it is the result of a gross error. And Target very clearly has the case that this is the result of a gross error. If you go on the official Target website, you can see the toothbrush brand is Oral-B Pro 5000. If you look up Oral-B Pro 5000, well, this is Oral-B Pro 5000 here. The listed price is $89.99, which is a pretty big fucking jump from 1 cent. So this is the state of lunacy that the human race is currently in. We have people calling the police because they can't buy a toothbrush for 1 cent. when it's so obvious that no electric toothbrush is going to be sold at a major retailer for 1 cent. I mean, that would be a major profit loss right here. And also worth noting is that this is a display item. On the price tag it says 1 cent display. So it's also perfectly reasonable that that was just a filler price tag for the display item, because realistically no person out there is going to buy this toothbrush that's on display because people are handling it with their hands, alright? People are touching the brushes of it, the handle of it. I mean, you really want to put that thing in your mouth when it's covered in human germs? This guy is publicly shaming this worker at Target, who I don't think would even be allowed to sell that item at that specific price. I mean, she's just doing her job, and this guy is publicly shaming her on Twitter for not selling this toothbrush for 1 cent.